Okay, so this is how to heal trauma, right? So you want to heal trauma, right? So bad stuff happens like car crashes, right? So the healing trauma, this helps. So coloring makes you feel good. Like having car crashes, this helps your trauma, helps you. So this helps release the trauma of car crashes, right? That you're in a car crash, you have to get better. This releases trauma that no one cares, right? It can lead to a fortune, right? This costs $1. It costs $1, right? You can make renewable bamboo. In 3 years, you can renew this. In 3 years with bamboo. Make a renewable trauma healer for like every 3 years. Have bamboo coloring books, right? Help release your trauma in coloring books. Color it in. So things happen like car crashes, right? Bad things happen. And in the Swiss Legacy, were you taking Dramamine and die in a car crash, but you didn't die, right? So releasing the trauma, you didn't die in a car crash. I didn't die in a car crash. It was traumatic. Swiss Legacy, where I didn't die in a car crash, right? They keep trying to kill me, right? You know, Mike Ford made money on his cars, right? But they're not talking about buying and selling the cars, making all kinds of money, right? Trauma happens. They're just all kinds of stuff. With Trump trying to scam me, right? With Hollywood trying to scam me, right? They would never help me, right? They never help me. No one would help me, right? They're just scamming me. So this helps relieve your trauma, helping you work on your millions of billions, right? So your millions of billions of artwork, this releases your trauma, and then you work on your artwork, you learn to draw, right? So you can trace, you can work on it. See if you can trace or work with it, and then you too can make stuff, right? So you trace, and you can work on stuff, right? See, you learn to read and write and trace with like working on your trauma, right? So your trauma and bad stuff is healed with coloring books, right? And bad stuff happens, and then you try to heal trauma, right? This makes you feel good for a while, right? You learn to trace, learn to draw, learn stuff, learn how to read. So it starts with baby steps, not trauma. Learning to heal trauma. Learn to read and write, like making, this can be like renewable. It can be renewable bamboo every 3 years. Learn how to trace and draw, right? Healing trauma. And so let's say stuff happens like a car crash and they want to give you Dramamine, make you crash your car and you die, right? Sometimes when you don't get better, right? So when you don't get better, learning to draw, learning to read and write, tracing. Here, Daisy catches the royal ruby. Daisy catches the royal ruby. Okay, so this is how I can write it, but it's not as good as printing it, right? So things happen, trauma, you can learn to trace and draw. This actually helps your eyesight, the trauma, bad stuff like crashing your car. So crashing your car, this actually helps, right? This helps relieve your trauma of crashing your car, not dying, right? So they're not talking about making all this money really about Mike Ford with his car. You don't really care. No one really cares, right? They like them. Cars made money, but they're not really up here. They're not really up here about it, right? They're blaming Trump, saying he's a scammer. Blaming Trump, right? Passing the buck to old Trump, huh? Always gonna blame people. Never look at yourself like a drunk at the Flying Taco. You never look at yourself. You're a drunk. You want money. You never had any way to make money. Cars are actually somewhere nice. This is how you heal the trauma. Stuff happens. Being a fall down drunk, blaming people for stuff. Uh-huh. So cars actually made money. That was nice, right? But no one just gives anyone anything. It's hard, right? So a car. One man's trash is another man's treasure, right? Someone's old car getting good memories. One man's trash is another man's treasure. If it's a car, it's someone's treasure, okay? And you have to find the right person who likes that car from an old memory. They want their old stuff. They want their glory days, right? They want their old car. But you blame Trump, pass the buck, say he's a scammer, he's this person, but you blame him. Said he was in charge. So trauma of stuff happens, and cars made some money, but you're not really a diehard American cars. Let's see, Ford is an American car. You're not really discussing ways to trade and sell his car. Just so car crashes have trauma, coloring books, buying and selling coloring books for $1 with a renewable bamboo. No, you don't really care. You don't really care. All I hear is you cursing and swearing at me. Yeah, My Fair Lady was actually nice compared to stuff I hear from you, and I don't really want to hear from you. My Fair Lady was nice compared to stuff I hear from you blaming Trump. My Fair Lady was delightful and nice compared to stuff I hear from you. I just don't want to hear from you anymore. Blaming Trump, saying he's a scammer, he did this, right? Yeah, you said he's a scammer. My Fair Lady sounds nice compared to the stuff you blame me for the stuff you say. You blame me that My Fair Lady sounds nice, or you pass it back to Trump one more time, ma'am. You know what? Just stay the hell away from me. I'm not paying a doctor to hear crap.